Morning guys, how you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is our morning Bitcoin update. So straight over to those charts. So yeah, as you can see, we're still in this zone, in this below this resistance, but above this support here. So again, this is not what you particularly want to see because we're not really pushing up on this support, trying to get back over it. And we're sort of not far away from the middle of the zone, which obviously I think would then start to at least trigger a move down to test this 8,600. This 8,600 is obviously a pretty important zone, a pretty important area for us, basically support for us. If we do break that, then I think it's definitely 8,000, 7,000, low 7,000s that we're gonna initiate a move to. This is obviously this corresponds with these areas here. So it's a lot of our recent lows. So if we take those out, it pretty much confirms a definite top on the larger time frame here. So we would then look to have to try and find a strong bottom to put in somewhere, which I assume would have to be around here somewhere. But that being said, at the moment, that is not what I think is most likely, because again, like I always say, like everyone, it's not my staying, but the trend is your friend, and we are trending upwards. We still got this nice trend line intact. We also, at the moment, as we stand, all we've really got here is a nice higher low. So we've sort of got all these lows playing up to here. We've got this is obviously one of our major obviously lows in the recent trend, and at the moment as it stands we've got a nice higher low than that. So even if we do wick down to this 8,600 level, as long as you don't break it, get below it and start and get into this zone here, which like I said, if we do get down here, then we're still bullish, we're still looking good. And yeah, maybe this is the flush out we needed. I mean, this was looking very bullish, as you guys know from my videos. It was looking very bullish, so we probably had a lot of longs getting in here, premature longs, and then they basically just got wiped out. And that's kind of at the moment how I'm seeing things. I mean, everything's Bayesian. If you know Bayesian, you basically Bayesian inference models. You just take the information each day as it comes. So the information there was telling me we were pushing up. This information now is telling me that we wiped out these longs, but we're still looking bullish, and we can make our way up still. And then if I get new information, basically that information being prices breaking below here, then I have to then input that into my Bayesian model, and that's what it is. Basically that's what it is. You just take the information as it comes in, and yeah, and then that's what you have to do, then update what you do. And that's what it is. That is what you have to do to be a trader. You just have to, the trend is your friend. You wait for confirmations, you wait for invalidations. That's basically all the game is, really. You try and find your invalidation points, your confirmation points on the chart, on the oscillators, in price action, in candlesticks and everything, and that's basically how you trade. I say basically, I mean that makes it sound so simple, but there's a lot of things to take in and learn, but they're all fully learnable. that's a word. But anyway, so yeah, 4 hour Stokes look like we could be starting to come back up again, but I think the higher time frames, 8 hours looking good, but I think the higher times are not looking as good. More 12 hour looks like it could turn around, but yeah, so here we go. The daily, the 2-day, yeah, 2-day not too good. Week 5-day turning down, and I mean weekly is not looking too bad at the moment. So when I say the higher time frames, I'm pretty much talking about this this daily here. But the 4 hour, I mean the 4 hour, it's still got room to run this 12 hour. So but if we do start to see a curl round, maybe like initiated from the lower high time frames, obviously smaller time frames feed through to the higher time frames. So you can see the 4 hours already looking better, 8 hour looking like we're going to come up. That'll feed through eventually to the 12 hour. And then yeah, then maybe that'll be, maybe this will be the lower low, and then we then, after flushing out these the premature longs, the low leverage longs that got in here, we can make a more sustained push through. But yeah, obviously the invalidation points like I'm talking about is obviously this level. If we don't get above here, if we don't get back up above this 9,200 level, then clearly, if we don't get above there, we're clearly going to be going down. So then if we go down, we'll take out this level. I mean, we have got to be looking at basically here and here and maybe even here. So high 6,000s to be finding a new base. if indeed we do find a new base, because we still could we can keep coming down to the bottom of the pennant. I mean, this is Bitcoin. Bitcoin can do what it wants. We went from the top of this pennant, bearing in mind at this point the pennant's wider, because obviously it's you understand how triangles work. So from the top of here to the bottom of here is not as far as the top of here to the bottom of here, and we did it in, well, we did it in, what is this date? Say 14th of, well, from say here 19th of February to the 13th of March. So we're basically talking 25 days, less than 1 month we got from the top to the bottom, and that was a bigger move than this here. So like I'm saying, guys, I mean, I would hope we find support around here. That would be healthier. That would look really good for a good curl up and take out the top, but there's nothing to say we don't have to come back down and test the bottom of the pennant that we're in. That's what we have got to look at. But that all being said, like I have said, we're still looking good at the moment until this trend is invalidated, till we break the trend line, till we break these lows, till the weekly Stoke start to come down. At the moment, you've just gotta go with the price action. So yeah, so what we are looking at on the smaller time frame is that if we can regain this 9,200 level, that will pretty much, for me, confirm this is a local low. I say local, like a medium term local low, like this was here, and then we will then eventually start to make moves back up to the 9,500, basically back up to 9,700, and then it would be hard to see us to get back up there and not break through, because like I said, we have low, higher low, higher low, and then obviously you would expect us to take out the high and put in a higher high. That's what I would expect anyway. I do believe basically we haven't put in a higher high here, higher than what we got here, but I do believe this macro resistance from this trend line is obviously weighing on price more than normal, more than basically it would normally do, than just a normal price point, if you understand what I'm saying. So I do believe if it wasn't for this massive overhead resistance, we potentially would have a higher high. If this was just normal unencumbered price action, we would have a higher high, and then we'll be having a higher low, then a higher high. I think we were just slightly suppressed by overhead resistance. So that's how I am viewing that, and yeah, and it's still basically looking good until it doesn't. This is healthy. I mean, we were trading up here, we came all the way down to here, we had some very pretty savage wicks, and then we regained, basically it all came back down a little bit, consolidated, and yeah, so I mean, if you want to compare, if you want to look at this as a fractal compared to this, I mean, yeah, maybe we'll be moving back up, and yeah, but obviously, like I said, I mean, we've got clear validation points for this anyway. If we get back above 9,200 and hold and start closing like long, let's say 4-hour candles over there, that's pretty much it confirmed, and we'll be looking for a move up. Yeah, so yeah, so that's basically what we're looking at there. Let's look at our range and stop, our actual bot trades. So we may have a sell trade coming in soon here, which I may or may not take. I'll have to decide at the time. As I told you in like yesterday's video that I hadn't been taking these sells, which is pretty annoying. But you guys do know why. I told you because of the various scam wicks we've been having. It did make me basically not 100% confident of what my indicator was telling me, because the indicator has to take into that price action. But now we are pretty much confirmed in a bear trend, and so obviously I will probably be looking to take the next sell trades if we get them, and then if we then turn bullish and get the buy trades, I'll be looking to take the buy trades. So that is what we're looking at with this indicator. I mean, again, range and stop, you can see we bounced quite nicely off the larger time frame here most recently, around, well, literally bang on the bottom of the time frame. We got close there, back up, close there. So let's see if we can make a push for the top. The top is the 9,200. We then can establish some sort of basically some sort of base of operations up there, things will start to look better again in the short time frame. Obviously, like I said, things aren't looking bad in the higher time frames yet. we are obviously we are pushing our luck. We are at the levels. I mean, we are at the levels of the larger time frame trend line. So this is make or break. If bears want to fully take control of this market and start making some serious moves, this is the point that they will do it. But if they don't, if they fail, then I mean, all the bears are going to have to basically cover their shorts, and we'll fly back up. I think in much the same way this price action was predicated on the bulls that got in, had to then cover their longs, had to sell. If we start to make a move up from here, the bears that are gunning for a big move, breaking this trend line. That, I mean, you guys, it's not drawing on, but you guys can see it, can't you? You guys, come on, I know you guys are good like that. You know what you're doing. But yeah, so this trend line if we don't break it, there's going to be some bears jumping on the back of this, hoping, trying, thinking they can push us down, and maybe they will push us down. But if they don't succeed, that's a lot of short covering to basically push us up. And looking at obviously then the higher time frames, you just wouldn't want to be a bear in this scenario if we start basically getting back above 9,200, 9,500. I mean, you just got to think, what would you want to be short once we put in this nice higher low? You're over leveraged, looking for a big push down and breakdown of this channel, which you've not got. You got to cover, and then we're going up. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Yeah, I mean, I know some of you guys may think I just come up with bullish scenarios all the time, and to be honest, I bet a lot of you guys actually like that about what I'm doing, because a lot of you guys just want the price action to go up. That's fair enough, but I'm not just looking for just for bullish points. I mean, we're in an uptrend. We're in a larger time frame uptrend, and it hasn't been invalidated yet. It's getting close to potentially being invalidated, but this is still healthy. It's still consolidation overall near a very major macro resistance level, and if we consolidate and break through that, I mean, that is a big move, and that's sort of what you got to be playing for. Conversely, if we do break this trend line down, we start basically trading around this area at this point in time, then you got to be playing for, we'll be playing it for the downside. Our bias will be short, larger time frame, until we do put in a major bottom. We come to the bottom of here, or wherever it comes in. So you just got to be realistic, guys. We're traders here. We want to basically play the price action as it's coming. We're not moon boys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not a moon boy. I have been very bearish on Bitcoin at points in time. Most notably at this $6,000 breakdown that we had back in the day. I mean, it was just so obvious. Also, at this head and shoulders point we had playing around, where was it? Yeah, here, this head and shoulders. I was bearish here as well. I mean, this was a clear as day pattern. I mean, we just trade what we see. If we want to be moon boys, we don't need to trade. We just got to put buy our Bitcoin and hold on to it, and that's it. And I mean, if you want to be a moon boy, I've got some friends that are moon boys, and I just say that's fair enough. I mean, I get it. You don't want to trade. You want to hold on to your thingy, but take some of your Bitcoin off when we get into 5 figures, then add it when we get into basically lower than that. Basically when you get like to about 5,000, you know what I mean? Takes them off over 10,000, add it back on at 5,000. I mean, you've had plenty of opportunities to do that, guys, in the past few years. So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. So anyway, so yeah, remember guys, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, so you know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for if we can get back over 9,200. Same as what I said in last night's video. I said basically we get back over 9,200. I said the same thing. Then we can be looking for a nice move up. If we don't, we take out this level, then things are looking pretty bearish for a move down to, I mean, I can't tell you where this move will stop, because I'll have to assess the price action at the time, but we'll have to find a base somewhere on our way down. So there we go. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. If you're still listening now, please hit the thumbs up, please hit the likes. I know I should have said this at the start of the video, but if you have listened this far through, you must have liked the video, so please hit the like button. And yeah, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, and I will speak to you guys soon.